You'll also agree that a villain like Thanos was not seen again in MCU. Credit for this goes to Russo brothers, who gave Thanos such a great character arc. Now the reins of Doomsday and Secret-Verse are in their hands. So should we can assume that the same thing is going to happen with Daughter Doom as happened with Thanos, and have they planned something for Kang as well? Because now the new script is being worked on, and only Kang's issue is getting stuck. The script of cancelled Doomsday will be explained during the day, while today's topic is only how Thanos did a better job and Kang did not get what he deserved. So, friends, if you're visiting the channel for the first time, please subscribe to the channel, because this year a lot is going to come out from Marvel. The trailer Fantastic Four on February 9th, the shooting of Doomsday from March, and the announcement of Kang in this Con, and maybe in this Comic-Con in July we will get to see a small teaser of Doomsday. Everything is covered continuously, so that everyone can get it is being done, and if you are the only one to support, then please do subscribe to the channel. Currently I am Watcher from C53, and I welcome you all to show. So just like Thanos was the main villain in the Infinity Saga and the superhero genre, I became everyone's favorite. Something similar was going to happen with Kang the Conqueror. The main villain of the multiverse saga was to be shown, but a lot of injustice was done to this character. Neither did this villain connect with the audience, nor did anyone take him seriously. That's why Marvel Studios denied it by saying that the audience did not like this character, and his portrayal in Ant-Man Quantumania was not good, but the truth is that we know what mistake he made in the character writing of this character. The way he portrayed Thanos, Kang should have been shown, and that is why Thanos did the work and not Kang. If we talk about each issue from the beginning, then the first thing that comes is the introduction, and this is a moment where the character creates fear with his presence, like we saw in the first episode. Bar Thanos, he was seen in the post-credit scene of Avengers 20122. The guy did not say anything, just gave a strange smile. At this time, no one knew that we were going to see Thanos next. It was really shocking for every fan. Here Thanos' face, not a single word came out of it, and because of this the curiosity increased even more as to what does this character want, and why is he put in the post-credit scene. The audience who do not pay attention to the comic book were not able to understand what is happening here. Now let us listen to the statement of Thanos' servant, who had said at that time that challenging the Avengers would be like challenging death, and this is what happened with Thanos in the endgame. Apart from this, the reference of death given here was of Thanos. It was also for the girlfriend, but later many things were changed and death was not shown. While the most beautiful thing here was Thanos' smile, which was making it clear that there is something dangerous coming for the Avengers, and more, it is such a challenge to take on, which Thanos' servant calls embracing death. Along with this, it was also made clear in 2012 that Thanos is more powerful than Loki, only here in the introduction of Thanos. On the other hand, we got to see the introduction of Kang in the finale of Loki Season 1. There was no introduction like Thanos, and people expected that we would get to see something like this, but we got just an ordinary man who remains here. The finale of Loki Season 1 was an anticlimax type. This episode made it clear that TV, what is this? How does the multiverse work? And this was necessary because this was a demand of the Loki series. And we understand this thing very well, that this thing was necessary for the way the multiverse saga was being introduced. But the problem, the only difference here, was that this wasn't the same Kang who would have been the main villain of the multiverse saga. It was just he remains who wasn't a threat to Loki and Sylvie. It was just saving multiple timelines, and by its method, many other people were saved, apart from the Avengers not agreeing. Rumus also knew how to manipulate time, and he knew everything that was happening in the timelines, but still he had no interest in killing the Avengers and loyal Sylvie. And this thing was made clear. She tells that Rumus is not a villain type. He is just trapped in the possibilities of his time loom, and all the people welcomed by Rumus here are very opposite to Thanos, and what Rumus told about his variants. That after the loom breaks, its evil variants will come here. This build-up was excellent, but still a glimpse of those events should have also been given here, that how its variants have gone across timelines and caused carnage. Then this opportunity was again available in Ant-Man Quantumania. In the scene where Janet looks into Kang's mind and sees how many Avengers Kang has killed, a mildly brutal fight is shown. At many times the Avengers are shown dying, but the makers chose to keep this scene in Avengers. Infinity War saved it for the Kang dynasty, but what was the use of it for us, right? For now. In the name of Kang's introduction, we got romance and his long talks. On the other hand, Thanos did not believe in words. He used to take direct action. 2012, when Thanos was seen on screen for the first time. When he came on the show, he didn't speak anything. Then in Guardians of the Galaxy, he didn't speak more than one line. Then after that, he spoke only one line in Age of Ultron. Then in the very first scene of Infinity War, Thor was in a dead state and had only a few words in his hands. Within minutes, he killed, healed Loki, and also defeated Hulk without using stones. Here Thanos killed such characters who were impossible to kill. Loki healed Thor, Hulk. All these characters were not in the Infinity Saga until Thanos came with his one they had established a better hold, and among them Hulk, and thought were one of the most powerful Avengers. And after seeing this, we understood that it is impossible to stop this guy. It is not because he has said big things, that actually it is because it did it, and we saw in just a few minutes how far it can go, and with Thanos. It did not just stop here. It was seen in the whole movie. While every quote and Thanos quote, every quote shows that the villain is a hero first. That's why these things are seen in 616, where some people believe that Thanos was right. On the other hand, we didn't get anything like that with Kang. We only got long talks and a fear that did not work in the finale of Loki Season 1 and the finale of Loki Season 2. Remus just kept explaining things. I wish he had shown Loki something that would have been really scary. Then came the turn of Kang the Conqueror, which was shown in Ant-Man Quantumania, and here as well the same lesson was spread. Kang kept on mumbling throughout the movie, and we were only shown talking and I want to tell. You all hear that I have no problem with Kang, and there is no bigger fan of Kang than me. It's not even that. I'm just pointing out the mistakes of the maker as to why he did this to Kang. Now, Kang further tells us that he was betrayed, and he told that he is very powerful, and he also said that he has destroyed many timelines. Many such things were heard from Kang's mouth, that he has killed many Avengers, but no one had the courage to show his backstory along with these words. Villains talk about their past and betrayal, but his work is also seen in action like Thanos told his past, and also fought for the future. Thanos defeated the Avengers, took the stones, and also did the snap. On the other hand, Kang told that he has killed Thor and destroyed the multiverse Avengers. Even the biggest organization of the multiverse, the Council of Cancers, had become a headache, but what was seen in the movie was that Kang was not able to face Modok and Ant-Man, and was pausing others in time throughout the movie, but when the time came for the final battle, this power was not used at all here. When all this should be done, you are stuck in quantum rail, and there is no work to do. Then keep killing one by one throughout your life. Here I mean to say only this, that Kang's the powers have been misused, whereas Thanos proved in a few minutes that he is more powerful than Thor and Hulk, and he does not think before killing a god. That is why he killed Loki without any hesitation, whereas Thanos' Infinity Stones were not used to kill any of the Avengers. In principle, he fought everyone and defeated everyone. Whereas in the end game, Thanos surprised even more. Captain America and Iron Man were fighting Thanos only with his shorts, and even then Thanos overpowered all of them. On the other hand, Kang does not have any such power which he got at birth. He is an ordinary man from the future who has infinite knowledge of time. Kang knows about the events of every universe futuristic technology in and of every universe. After all this, what do we get from Kang in the movie? A shield with which he is unable to stop Modok and the ants. And what if Kang was pitted against the Avengers with the same shield system in the future? This would have been so impactful. And if you remember the series of Avengers Earth Mighty Hero, where Kang was shown, there also Kang had created a similar defense system for himself, and here no one was able to even touch Kang. Currently here in the movie, his suit gets damaged, his defense system is not working, and he is losing to Ant-Man in boxing, who is not even an expert in it, and he is brought to his knees just by Wasp's sting. Ant-Man and Wasp, I am still not able to understand how Thanos defeated Kang. In the comics, Kang is one of those villains who cannot be defeated in hand-to-hand combat. Almost both Dr. Doom and Kang are at the same level, whereas Thanos' motivation was clear. In the Infinity Saga, she is half of the world. He wanted to wipe out the population, and for this he needed the Infinity Stones because he wanted to balance things on a cosmic scale. And till date, we don't know what the scale was. He just said that resources are less and the population is increasing. That's why he had to snap, but I say, Thanos, brother, you could have doubled the resources by snapping or could have created double planets. For now, Thanos was a fanatic and a man who believed in his ideas, and he used to call this activism mercy. He used to do this with the stones. For this, he has made some sacrifices which villains usually do not make. On the other hand, Thanos did not want to kill anyone, and when he did the snap after Infinity War, he went to live in his garden peacefully. This was a planet in which there was no one except Thanos. There was no one, and the stones were misleading Thanos. That's why Thanos used the stones as well. But still, after the whole Infinity Saga, some plot holes come in front of us, like Lady Death was not shown to us, and the person who did Thanos' snap was not shown. The whole purpose was to dedicate it only to Lady Death, but in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, there was no Lady Death, and whatever Thanos snapped in the name of cosmic balance, he could have used it to complete things if he wanted to. I could have educated the people living on every planet in the universe and explained to them what the requirements of the universe are. I could have also created new planets where there would never be a shortage of resources. I could have also eliminated a kind of evilness that is spread throughout the universe. He could have wiped them out completely. In principle, Thanos could have changed the whole reality, but we did not see this purpose in Infinity War. But in Endgame, Thanos was there with this purpose only, where he does not take any resources from the planet or educate anyone. Rather, he was creating a new universe where he himself would become a god King Thanos, and this possibility of King Thanos is something we will get to see in Avengers Secret Wars. It is also possible that this King Thanos has a manor, and in that there will be 6 Infinity Stones, and Thanos' team will also have the OG Avengers, whom we can also call the Dark Avengers of the MCU. Currently, Thanos' motivation was tremendous. He reminds us of Magneto and Dr. Doom. Initially, his intentions will seem wrong to you, but when you read his words and if you understand their point, then you will start finding these things right, and that is why villains become more interesting than heroes. On the other hand, in the cinematic universe, What was Kang's motivation and what did he want to do? From whatever has been shown to us, only this is clear. It seems that he wanted to conquer and revive the multiverse, and yes, he wanted to kill his variants as well. Rabona is also a factor that is connected to Kang's life, and it has nothing to do with anti-quantum mania. I did not give any importance to the comics. If I came here, then many things would be revealed. We are only talking about the cinematic universe. So what were Rabona U remains Kang the Conqueror and the whole Council of Gangs actually trying to do? And why were we not shown these people doing that in the cinema universe? Was all this waiting for Avenger the Kang Dynasty? Were they all made to wait for Avenger the Kang Dynasty? And was there any such storyline before that? There wasn't a series or any events that could be shown before the Kang Dynasty. At least this would have made it clear for those who wanted to understand about Kang only in live action, because there are many fans who don't read the comics yet. They have become fans only because of the MCU movies, so we have to take care of them as well. And this is also one of those reasons which reduces the popularity of Kane, while Jeff Loveness, who was the screenwriter of Quantumania, that Kane were ready to show the flashback, so that all the fans can understand its motivation and its origin story, but the makers refused to show this flashback and save the scene for Avengers the Kang Dynasty. And now both these things are not in our hands. Let us also accept this. Let's assume that saving Kang's flashback was important for Avengers the Kang Dynasty, but now we do end to know anything about Kang. Even though he got a lot more screen time, Kang is an incomplete story for all of us, and there is no end to the story between Thanos and Kang. In between, one of the most important issues is that Thanos did not lose any battle till the end game, but Kang lost in the quantum area and was thrown out of his constellation of Kang, and his battle with the Ant-Man that we got in the name of Avengers was completely childish. Thanos, who was the Infinity Warrior in the war, Thor continuously killed Spider-Man, Iron Man, Guardians, Doctor Strange, and Kamara, killed Vision, stopped Wanda, and killed Captain America, and when Thor ripped apart Thanos' chest in the final battle, even then Thanos taught him a lesson. He said that he should have hit on the head, and then suddenly there was a snap. And in this way, Thanos won, and while recovering, he reached his garden, and here Thanos' smile tells how thirsty he was for this victory. After this, things changed, and in the first act of Endgame itself, Thor killed Thanos, and then after this, in the final act, Thanos of 2014 appeared. If his ship Rain had not fired, then Kali Vidge would have killed Thanos, but in Infinity War Thanos, nothing like this was seen with remains. We only got a drop of blood, which Tony Stark gave him. On the other hand, we did not get to see anything like this with Kang. In Loki Season 1, Sylvie killed Remains. In Loki Season 2, Remains Loki killed him. And in Ant-Man Quantumania, Kang was defeated, and even before this Kang had been defeated by his variant, and here in TA, Victor Tamiya died many times while trying to fix the loom, while Kang's variants, who those who did not lose were Consul of Cancer, Immotors, Ramatur, Scarlet Centurion, and all the rest of these cheater painters roaming around. They all have not been defeated yet. But the gathering that Emo's organized here was amazing. It was there to warn that there is someone who will take away their multiverse from them. Till now, the story behind this council was that Kang is coming back, but now things have changed. Who knows? Dr. Doom might finish them off, which according to me is absolutely wrong. It is not right. Who knows, Peggy Carter may kill him. That is not right according to you. And who knows, Mephisto may kill him. And that is not right according to Mohit Bai. And if this council is defeated by Gaia, then brother, there will be a movement overall. What I meant to say was that the way you showed Thanos, what a great build-up was given in the Infinity Saga. You took 8 years to introduce Thanos, and whenever Thanos was on screen, you could feel from his presence that he was some bastard, human being. He is standing in front of me. Apart from this, I am not even talking about the WTP series. Their Thanos has been killed about 15 times. This is a family video, so I cannot give anything in detail. For now, I will explain here the psychology of what if he would do this with Thanos. Why were they doing this? Actually, the purpose of showing Thanos as weak was to make you more aware of the upcoming villain Kang. What if just killing Thanos 15 times in the air was just to weaken the character of Thanos in your mind, so that they can introduce a new villain Kane? And now the same thing has happened in Season 3 as well. Peggy Carter is with her exile team, and Kane's time chair is with them. And the reason behind why this has happened has also been given. It is that Peggy Carter's Team Exile killed a consul in Kang, and now they have the whole empire, and because of this they have got the time chair.